country is this in?
England.
Are there any smells? So you're studying in Cambridge.
Got two names at Ipswich and Woodbridge School.
What's the occasion?
The death of someone.
Just to confirm the year again.
1492. I still feel very alone. I'm not part of any group.
Who's the person that's passed away?
The bishop.
It's perfectly safe.
Yeah.
Because the subconscious only does anything to keep you safe. If something happens and we all leg it out the door, you're not going to be sat here in trance, sort of like burning to death. You'll wake up because it's an inner safety mechanism. So hence the reason I ask if somebody has psychotic tendencies or anything that has mind-altering situation, because if you come to me, most people come to me for a reason. They want to be regressed, or they have a problem, or they want to stop smoking or whatever. If I take you into trance and then start saying, go and kill Boris Johnson, you'll wake up, because your subconscious and your moral code will go, that doesn't sound right, that doesn't sit with what's going on. You have an inner protection. So you are perfectly safe. So I can't make you bark like a dog or
Okay, fine.
croak like a chicken. That's a very specific set of skills. And that's really stage hypnosis, and that's totally different.
But it's more than deep thought, because deep thought is shutting out the outside world, but that's conscious thought, isn't it?
I suppose so. There's so many different levels of it. It's about when you're doing conscious thought and you're keeping in the now, that's really your conscious mind keeping busy but not busy, if that makes sense. We want to stop our conscious mind. We want to let everything else in. And I believe, and everybody has a different opinion of past life regression, but I believe that your subconscious is what's connecting you to your higher self in a way. So you're just allowing that moment to quieten down so that you can connect with your higher self and maybe go back to a past life. Past lives can be many situations, many reasons. Some people believe it's genetic memory. We can understand that because there's been lab rat tests and they had genetic memory. Some people believe that it's your soul and there's a part of you that goes on to someone else. I don't know if you've ever seen someone close to you or someone that you know pass away. So some people believe that a soul moves on to something else. And if we've ever seen someone who's just passed away, what made them who they are, it isn't there anymore. It's like there's a shell. So some people believe that part, that spark, moves on to another life at some point. So there are many belief systems. Personally, therapeutically, I just think if I take you back and you were Napoleon and you come back feeling better, does it really matter whether it's real or whether it's genetic memory or whatever? It's nice to have the facts, but if you've had a good experience, then that's part of the pathway. So
can I just ask, though, in your opinion, do you feel that there is more to this than just the brain working itself out?
Totally.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I do psychic stuff as well, so I kind of see and hear things all the time anyway.
Okay.
So I totally believe that there is something else. So that's my personal opinion, though. And I don't ever press that on anybody else.
No, of course.
Everybody is allowed to, because some people just are, it's genetic memory and that is it. And if that works for you, then that's fine. But it's about allowing the conscious mind to stop talking so that we can just see. Okay?
That's the bit.
That's the bit.
Stop talking.
I'm a film and television accountant, and David used to work for one of my clients in animation. And I used to play squash with him. He was better than me and always won. But anyway, we played squash, and afterwards we'd go to the pub and have a bite to eat. and we got into the habit of discussing psychic phenomena, near-death experience, life after death. David was very sceptical about all of it, and I was more prepared to accept that it was a likelihood. And we had long, deep discussions about the subject.
Have you got a number?
Yeah.
What's the number?
1542.
1542. Okay. Take a little time now. Take a little time and just look down at your feet. Look down at your feet. Are you wearing anything on them?
No.
No. What are you standing?
Soil.
I want you to work up your body now, taking what you're wearing. Take your time. Describe to me what you have on. Oh.
Shorts of some sort. Seem to be blue shorts and a white shirt.
What does the white shirt look like? Can you describe it to me?
Seems very oversized, but clean.
What does it feel like?
It's very, it's made of very sturdy material. It's not thin, it's quite thick, billowy.
How about your shorts? Can you describe them to me?
It's changed from how they first were. They were originally quite modern looking, but now I don't really know how to describe them. Tight around the leg and bellowy as well, quite.
Can you describe the fabric, maybe?
Very nice, smooth, cashmere. Oh, I don't know. I don't know enough about materials.
Mm-hmm. How do you feel?
Well, right now, a little bit confused because it seems to be changing as I'm standing here. Now I have socks on.
What do the socks look like?
White. And the shoes are black, so I'm not barefooted anymore.
What do the shoes look like?
Shiny black with a big buckle.
Can you look down at your hands for me? What do your hands look like?
Long and thin.
Is there anything else about your person? Are you carrying anything, or do you feel anything else on you?
No.
And if you were to look down at your feet again, just look down at your feet and tell me what you're standing on now.
I'm standing on stone, but I'm not really looking down on my feet. I'm looking at myself, and I seem to be in an archway.
If you were to look up, I know you're looking at yourself, but if you were to look up as that person and look around you, what can you see? What can you take in? Could you describe it to me?
A series of archways. Like a college with a green square.
If it's like a college, do you know what it's called?
No. I'd have to walk around and see. It could be a college, it could be a cathedral.
Why don't you walk around a little bit and see what you can see? It's fine to just be an observer, a participating observer of this life.
I think the first thing is there's just silence all around. I don't see, it feels like a place that should be very busy, but it isn't.
Do you know why it isn't busy?
No. Maybe everybody's fled, but I don't know why.
What do you suppose you're doing here? How are you feeling?
At the moment, I'm just feeling confused. I don't. I'm getting thoughts and feelings through, but they're different things entirely and contradictory.
Can you tell me some of them?
One moment, I feel like I'm sort of in a university. The next moment, I feel like as I walk on, I'm a soldier guarding a certain area. This all feels very well, I don't know, it doesn't feel
Your subconscious knows the answers. You don't have to use your conscious mind, and your subconscious will know instinctively what's right. Could your unconscious be all of those things?
It could. But this place feels permanent. It's me that doesn't feel permanent.
So, this you, do you travel?
I think that's the problem. I don't get any feeling of me. I get the feeling of being an observer of this person without being able to put myself in them, as it were.
Do you know the name of this person?
A name pops into my head, Jack.
Jack. So when I ask you some questions now, you can just accept whatever comes to your mind.
Okay.
No need to question. Your subconscious knows. You're allowing your subconscious to speak at the moment. How old are you, Jack?
42.
What's the name of the place that you're in now, Jack?
The only word that comes into my head is Penshaw.
Henshaw. What country is that in, Jack?
England.
And just to confirm again, what year is it?
1492.
1492. What are you doing in this life, Jack?
Studying.
Where are you studying?
Seems to be saying Cambridge.
What are you studying?
Sorry. Theology.
Theology. Is that something that you want to do, Jack?
Curious.
What would you like to do? If you had the choice, what would you like to do?
Think.
Think. So you're studying in Cambridge. Do you come from Cambridge? Do you originate from Cambridge?
No.
Where is it that you originate from?
Woodbridge.
Woodbridge. And where's that near?
Ipswich.
And what did you do there before you started studying at Cambridge?
Scholar.
Where were you a scholar in Ipswich?
I've got two names, Ipswich and Woodbridge School.
David said that he went to Woodbridge School, and the dates that he mentioned during the hypnosis session were actually prior to the formation of Woodbridge School. And so that piece of information wasn't accurate. However, there was a priory on the summit of what is now the school, and Woodbridge Priory, I believe. And maybe it's just possible that he did his early education at the priory. I am speculating, but I think that David might have been an Augustinian scholar, and in which case the Woodbridge Priory might have been his source of early education, and maybe that's why he became a learned man, as he's called himself, and a religious cleric, if you like.
How old are you at the moment?
42.
Are you alone in this area?
Yes.
Where are you standing at the moment?
Under an arch in this forecourt.
And if you were to look down at your feet again, can you describe your feet to me again?
Black shoes with a buckle.
And if you were to just describe everything that you're wearing again for me, would you mind going through that for me?
White socks, blue shorts, heavy white shirt.
Anything else?
Something around my neck as well. Some sort of, I don't know if it's a cravat or something. It's red.
What else are you aware of?
Quietness, silent around me.
Are there any smells?
No. It's nothing.
And just to confirm the year again.
1492.
Let those images fade now, just for a moment. And as the images start to reform, tell me where you find yourself.
In a church.
Where is this church?
Someplace rural.
Where's the nearest village or town to this church?
I think we're in the east again, but I don't know where it is. Somewhere rural in Suffolk.
Suffolk. Just look up and around for me. Tell me what you see. Describe what you see.
It's a very grand church. Stained glass windows all around. High vaulted ceiling. More grand than you'd expect from a rural location. It's quite busy. It's a sad occasion.
What's the occasion?
The death of someone.
Is it someone you know?
I don't feel like I'm near the front. I think I'm a part of the crowd. So I don't think it is someone I know.
Are you on your own, or are you with people that you know?
I still feel very alone. I'm not part of any group.
Who's the person that's passed away?
I think it might be the bishop.
Does he have a name?
I don't have confidence in what I'm saying now, but two names popped into my head, so Edmund and Elthwick were the two names that popped into my head.
Edmund and Elthwick.
Elthwick, yeah.
Your subconscious is a very strong place, and it doesn't normally lead us astray. It knows the answers, and you don't have to worry about the conscious mind stepping in. You can allow your subconscious to talk. So this Edmund Elthwick, he was a bishop in what church? What was the name of the church? Do you know?
I think it was Woodbridge.
David mentioned that he was at the funeral of a churchman called Edmund Elthwick, and he said that the funeral was in Suffolk, and he attended because obviously Edmund Elthwick was an important religious figure. He speculated that he was a bishop. I have done some research on the name Edmund Elthwick, and it seems that there never was a bishop by that name. I did run it through ChatGPT, and ChatGPT said no, there wasn't a bishop by that name, but there was a man there was a man who was prior of Hexham Priory, who was a canon, which is a very high up religious figure by that name. But unfortunately, the dates that they gave were about 200 years out. But at the time, I thought, well, that's absolutely amazing that there was a high up religious figure called Edmund Elthwick. I thought that couldn't be coincidence. And it turned out that the priory at Hexham was a Augustine Priory as well. And don't forget that David said that he went to Woodbridge School. Woodbridge School wasn't formed at the time that he was talking about having the past life, but there was an Augustine Priory on the site of Woodbridge School. So the Augustine theme is running through all of this. So I was really excited that I thought, well, there must be something there. Even if the dates are wrong, then there must be something in this. But I did more research the next day on ChatGPT, and the next day ChatGPT actually denied that there was an Edmund Elthwick who was a prior and a canon of Hoxton Priory, and it just contradicted itself. But I actually printed it, and one day it was saying there was such a person, the next day it was saying there wasn't. I can't explain that. My guess is that Edmund Elthwick didn't exist, but where did it get that original information from, saying that he was a canon? It's strange.
What do people call you?
I think my name is Jack, but people don't seem to call me much. I don't seem to be part of this.
Do you live here or are you just visiting?
I don't feel I'm part of this. I think I'm passing. I think this is perhaps where I used to live.
If you're passing, where are you on your way to?
I think I'm returning because this is a trip specially for this funeral.
Do you know the date?
You see, the same date came into my head just then as came into my head before, the 1492 date. But so it doesn't feel like it's moved forward a lot.
It's okay. We can move forward a few moments in time, or a few days, or a few weeks. We don't have to move years in time. Your subconscious chooses where to move to. What would you say is significant about this?
I think maybe this bishop had an influence on me. Might be what made me go to university.
This bishop had an influence on you. What is it that you've chosen to do now then?
Pay my respects.
Can you tell me what you're wearing at the moment?
Black. A big black coat. And a hat, which seems strange for being inside a church. But a big hat. And a white shirt underneath. I've seen this style of fashion before, but I can't place it. It doesn't feel to me like it's from that time, but
Perhaps that's your conscious mind.
yeah, it is.
Allow your conscious mind to go and allow your subconscious to just come up. You're in a safe place. We're allowing our subconscious to do the work today. We're giving it precedence. It's having an outing. Your subconscious knows. So what do you feel about yourself in this time? What do you feel that you know about yourself?
That I'm very alone. I don't seem to have any family or anybody. But I'm not poor. I seem to be quite wealthy. But I'm just aware that I'm in a church with lots of other grieving people, but I'm not part of them in any way. So I suppose I'm quite remote and detached.
Okay, I'm going to ask you a few questions. And I just want you to accept whatever comes into your head. This is your subconscious. It knows what the answers are. And I just want to see what comes to you. So once again, what's your name?
Jack.
Do you have another name?
Jeremy.
Who calls you Jeremy?
No one.
Why does that amuse you?
I think Jeremy's a family name.
Do you have a surname?
Well, the first thing that came to my head was Parsons.
So do you like to be called Jack? Do you prefer to be called Jack?
I honestly don't know if I prefer to be called it. It's just what I'm called.
So Jack, how old are you here?
42.
What's the year again?
1492.
Is there anything else that you can tell me about this scene? Why you're here?
I keep on looking at, in the church, I keep on looking at 2 or 3 women. I don't know why, but they're the 3 women who are bent over and grieving. But I don't know anything about them. I don't feel like they're people I know. It's just the only image I'm really getting.
I want you to let those images fade now. And as the images start to reform, tell me where you find yourself now.
I'm in a chapel.
where this chapel is.
I just have a feeling it's attached to the university. And it's winter time and it's very cold. And I'm looking at a very old man. I'm looking at a very old man. Whether that's the same person, I don't know.
Who is this old man? Your subconscious will know.
It is me.
How old are you?
70.
And what are you doing in the chapel?
Well, it's like I'm in a nightgown rather than any fine clothes. I'm laid out on the floor, well, bent over, in bowing, as it were. And I think very upset.
Can you feel why you're upset?
I think it's something to do with I'm obviously wanting to talk to God. It's a very, very cold winter's, I don't know if it's day or night, it's very, very cold, and I'm just wearing what looks like a nightgown.
Why do you suppose you've come here at this time?
Make peace.
Why do you feel that you need to make peace?
I'm only getting the same thing, the same word again. For being alone, always alone.
If you were to reflect on your life, this life that you're in, that you're in a chapel trying to make peace about, what reflections can you open up on for us? What is it about your life?
To have felt more. to have been more.
What is it that you did in your life? What did you do for a living, or how did you make your money? How did you make your meals?
I was part of the university. I was a learned man. That's all I ever did.
And how does that make you feel now at this stage of your life?
I think that's the sadness.
Can you tell me what year it is?
Well, again, the number that flashed into my head, and I haven't done the maths, is 1530, but I don't know.
What do you know about this time that we live in now?
It's very cold.
What other things are you aware of in 1530 that's going on?
I'm just aware of fires, not raging fires, but warm fires, but I'm not part of them.
When you say fires, where do you mean fires?
I think outside people are making fires. I think in the buildings close to the chapel there's warm glows, but I'm not near the warmth.
What are you feeling right now?
It's not altogether sad, it's just resigned. Yeah. Resigned and accepting. But alone.
Is there anything else that you can tell me about this life? Anything else that is significant to you at this stage of your life?
No, that's all there is.
Let those images fade now. And And just tell me where you find yourself and what you're doing.
Shivering in a bed. I think there is a maid of some sort with a candle. That's all.
What are you feeling?
Again, I don't think I'm feeling any of it. I think I'm looking at it.
And that's okay, because sometimes our subconscious chooses to look at things from a distance, to be disassociated. But your subconscious knows that you're Jack, right?
I think where I am here, I'm not aware of anything. I think I'm too far gone.
So you say that you're in bed. If you're disassociated, can you describe the room to me and the surroundings?
Well, to me, it looks like it's not a prison, but it's cold stone walls, candle lit, dark outside, wooden bed, not much of a mattress, if anything. Just a thin sheet and a person there, not particularly interested, just there. Seems like they're just there to hold a candle.
Do you know where this room is?
Well, again, first thing that came into my head is just it's at the university.
And do you know what year it is?
1532.
What are you thinking? What are your last thoughts in this life?
I'm not getting thoughts, I'm just getting a sense of being, of resigned isolation. That's all it is. I'm not getting any thoughts.
Do you know what it is that you're dying from?
Old age. And the cold.
I want you to let those images fade now. Allow a few words of wisdom to just spring into your thoughts. Tell me what you find yourself thinking about. What have you brought back with you?
Well, a cough just now.
You're only bringing back the wisdom of this life, only the good memories. You don't need to bring anything negative back.
I don't think there was anything negative there. It was just a bit empty. It was interesting to look at. It was interesting to observe. But I don't feel any emotional side to it.
I want you to thank your subconscious. Thank it for providing you with the insight into this past life.
At the end of David's first life, then we asked, I think Angelina asked, do you have any things that you want to take from that life? And it seemed to me that the main take he had on that life was that it had been a very lonely life, that he was on his own, that he didn't seem to have family, he didn't seem to have friends, and that was quite sad in many ways. David said that he was educated at Woodbridge School. Well, I'm not sure as the dates work with that, but Woodbridge School is in East Anglia area. The funeral of Edmund Elthwick was in Suffolk, which is again East Anglia. And at one stage he mentioned that he got a Norfolk accent. So it seems that a lot of his memories were tied to Norfolk area, or the East Anglian area, and that's where he lives now. So is that a coincidence? I just don't know. Considering how sceptical David is, then it's absolutely amazing that I got him to take part in this programme, and I think it demonstrates that even though he's sceptical, he's open-minded enough to experiment with it. So good on you, David, well done.